Hey Adam, how you doing? Just figured I'd shoot a quick video, show you what I've done in the van since I see you're currently doing a lot of your projects and not sure when we'll be able to meet up. So this just gives you an idea of what I've done and what you might want to look into doing. But I'll just start, I'm obviously inside the van here, so I'll show you what I've done. The idea behind this one was we wanted to have stealth camping capabilities, but we also wanted the cargo capacity because we have motorcycles. We want to take motorcycles down to Florida, out to Chicago, drop the motorcycle out, set up the camping mode, sleep in the back while we're riding around a different city. So that's kind of the idea why everything in my van has to fold up. And I think you said you have some salvaging stuff you like doing, so you might be interested in similar concepts where everything wants to fold up and away. So anyway, the thing that we started with was this couch here, and got this couch from a company called Moduline. See if it'll focus up for you there. Okay, it's not going to focus at all, and that's even worse. There we go. So the couch sits there. The cool thing about this couch is that the back here folds down into a bed, and that's a little bit smaller than a full-size bed, I think. And then when we're going to store things in the vehicle, it folds up against the back wall of the van, and then I use those straps up there to tie it into the wall. So we have all this floor space here. Part of my mess under the side. We've been doing a lot of work with the electrical and just cleaning up a few components here. On this side we have my little Camp Chef oven. So this guy runs on little propane tanks. Has on the top there you got 2 burners. And then you have a little peat-like oven down here. And with the oven, I'm able to make pizzas, chili, whatever you want to cook for the day. Found this nice little Lodge cook set, so it all nests together. Top side you got a fry pan, bottom side you got a oven. This table all folds down out of the way for cargo. Then I obviously have my cooler, which when we're out on the road we'll fill that up with ice and put our food and whatever else in there. I can still access the cooler when the bed's open because the bed comes to right about there, so you can just kind of slide it open and get in. Normally, don't recommend putting the propane tank in the vehicle. That's bad. Got my TV on the wall. That's powered by the van has an internal inverter, and then we also have another inverter that we can use when we're parked. 2 speakers up here for listening to some music. And then over here I have my electric center. So that's my radio. That's all powered off solar. Got my safe up top, and I'm kind of working on how to put a little shelf up here for storing some personal items while on the road. My cases. This case is my current project, so we're going to be building some shelves and drawers here to try and organize it. Previously we just piled everything in there and that wasn't working out too well. Down here is where I run my electronics. Front side I have 2 12-volt cigarette lighters and a power gauge, and the power gauge just toggles on and off so I don't waste power looking at that when I don't need to. Up here I just have 2 hole blanks for my perimeter lights, which I'll get to in a little bit. For power, I'm running 4 GC2 golf cart batteries, 2 of them in series, 2 of them in parallel, fuse block and distribution blocks, and then that's my Renogy solar controller, which takes all the power off the solar panels on the roof and puts them into the batteries for me. Fairly low maintenance, maybe check water once in a while, but I haven't had to touch a solar in probably 2 years. This is my main switch panel. Switch panels do the outside perimeter lights, the inside vent fan, the inside interior lights, so we have 2 sets of lights. One's going to be a red light for working at night. Try and keep the night vision if we're out looking at stars or just camping and don't want to blow ourselves out with the white light. And then they also do a white light setup. Those switch controls again are duplicated over here. I've got a little switch so if I'm in bed, I can again hit the light switch. The vent fan up here, I got the Fantastic vent model, but it looked like you went with something very similar. And it has a thermostat, very important because this runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whenever it gets above 90 degrees in the fan turns on, vents everything out. Up front, now my van's a little different. I got the paper towel holder. I keep my pillows up here. And then the coolest thing about this one is, and look into something to rotate your seat around, your passenger seat, because that adds a ton of space to the vehicle. I just keep this little foot hammock here, and I'm able to lounge out pretty comfortably. Now the propane tank, I did put one of these big buddy heaters in there. It works, but I would not recommend it very much. I'll talk to you about why later. Behind the driver's seat, got a flashlight holder, and that's the radio for the solar powered setup. All of this stuff in the back, including the TV, radio, the fan, all the lights, runs only off solar. None of the lights and stuff touches the van system, which is important if something ever breaks in the van, because they're going to tell you that it was your solar install that fried the van circuits. On the outside of the vehicle, I've got a Fiamma F45 awning that we put on last summer. This is kind of where we started losing the stealth setup. I've got perimeter lights on each corner. I kind of salvaged and welded up this roof rack to hold everything. On the back side, we have my motorcycle ramp, which I'm not going to drop because it takes a little bit of effort to get down, but it's very strong and does everything I need it to do. Then we'll come up here. And show you, so there's my 2 solar panels on the roof. I may add another 2, but it hasn't been giving me any trouble, so I might just leave it. The importance of the solar system is with the vent fan, you want that to be able to run 24 hours a day. If you run the vent fan 24 hours a day, eventually you're going to run down your van's batteries. See if I can switch this around here. Oh well. Eventually you're going to run down your van's batteries, and that's no good. So the solar charges the batteries that runs the fan, which keeps the batteries cool. Whole loop, and then I've got enough power that I can run my interior lights, the radio, TV, and some other charge accessories, things like that, without having to worry about it. Anyway, if you have any questions about any of the systems, let me know. See you.